Good morning, DJ. It is Tuesday, January 6th. The time is currently 9:18 a.m. It is a bloody good morning, DJ. Woke up today at 7:30, but I didn't get up or I get moving until like 7:49, 7:50-ish, all right? But like I was up and in and out, just laying there. It was mad hard for me to get up today, DJ. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was hard. It was tough. But yeah, ended up getting up like around 7:49, 7:50-ish. All right. Got my morning routine in. All right. Just arrived at my desk when I started. It's 9:18. As always, my weekly target is 5%. Mental check-in, feeling generally okay today. All right. Excited to see what price action has in store for us today. Excited to continue to grow. All right. Get 1% better in these markets. Risk disclaimer, I accept any risk that comes with trading today. I understand that trading comes with real risk and that losing is part of the battle. News. All right, Tuesday is NFP Tuesday, and we have no news. We have no news, surprisingly. But we're here anyway. All right. Okay, we have motor vehicle sales. All right, we'll take that. We'll take it. We'll take it. Anyway, risk going in today is zero point 0.5 of the account size. Not that it really matters right now. And maximum risk on a day is 1.5. Weekly program going to this week is a buy program. Let's go ahead and review price action overnight to see if anything's happened to change that for us here at the Trader. Dollar bill, yeah. All right, so dollar is respecting this inversion fair value gap here on the monthly. Also came into the daily inefficiency, took buy side, left a portion of it open like we talked about yesterday, which is signs of weakness, which is what we want to see. All right, so our draw on dollar is these relatively lows down here. We do have a tiny bit of this portion of this inefficiency open, right? Taking out this sell side. So depending on how price behaves when we take out these lows, all right, let me know if it wants to continue lower. But for now, risk on scenario for me here on dollar. All right, nothing really has happened to change that. T-bonds still within the same range, all right, between this high and this low. Nothing's really happening. It's just being held there. So Dow took its highs, but we're still waiting on M&Q and ES, all right, to take their highs. So right now, we do have SMTs. We had SMTs on the lows, all right, and we have SMTs on the highs now, but they're just lagging behind, I presume, all right. My draw liquidity is still these way typical highs into this daily inefficiency. Nothing's changed that for me yet, all right. Yeah, just retraced. Now potentially could be seeing price rally back up, all right, into take buy side here, feel this inefficiency, take these relative equal highs, feel this volume imbalance here, and then potentially head up here. So as far as my current understanding of price action goes, okay, nothing's really happened in price to change my weekly program for me here. So we continue. Let's fix our ranges. Daily needs to be adjusted. Need to delete yesterday's. 20 days good. 60 day is good. Where we're at. Let's get previous day. Okay, we got a previous day up in there. Now we're going to identify, first we're going to identify our daily range going into AM session. We have a low here, we have a high. Oh, there's one thing I do want to keep note of too as well. So let's get that on here. Bear with me, DJ. This is something I'm collecting data on, all right, that I'm not implementing anything on it yet. But I do want to start paying attention to it throughout the week. All right. Currently in premium of the dealing range. What I'm doing now is I'm identifying liquidity based on 15-minute intervals, okay, post 8:30. Because anything before that, I'm not really interested. Before that, the only thing I'll be interested in is London and London session buy side and sell side. That's pretty much it. Uh, so maybe I should start drawing them out too. Anywho, this one to here, this right here. Current gain taken, so it goes to 30, 45, so 44. Let's get London in there. And London low is already low here, so it's a no sync, right? And now we wait. It's quite a huge range here, but we'll obviously watch inside the range trading, but what we're really here for is to wait for one side of the dealing range to get taken, step two, and then we move to execution. Until then, there's some business I gotta handle, DJ. Ding, 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 ding. Decently sized open range gap there. So we should see some good price action today. Oh, it's too as well. Let's get head into dealing range buy side here. Wasting no time at that. Taking dealing range buy side. So session bias is in line with our weekly program. Taking London buy side as well. Let's focus up. Now we're taking M1 liquidity. I'll be interested in a 15-second market structure shift here for a sell into discount. Or you could just go from here too, not give me the opportunity. For me, I'll need to see a low get taken in discount. Nothing yet. This will be a counter trend trade here. Oh, what the hell? Why does it do that? Number 38. Only been a minute and some change. Getting the M1 market structure shift there. Let's say 38 would have tagged you in. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's see what else this trade offers us. Normally, baby. Me, I never do, Mr. Romantic. Got 3 minutes on this 15-minute candle. You're going, I'll be a human being. Never do that thing. Come on, pardon. counter trade, right? 50% of the trade would be off. Stop would be at 7.5. See what else it offers us, if it offers us anything else. 1 minute setup playing out here. I don't really like excuse me, DJ. I don't really like taking retracement trades on the 1 minute. I prefer it on the 15 seconds. Unless the range is big enough or if it makes sense, right? So from here to a discount, which is dealing range equilibrium, or potentially to the lower quadrant of the dealing range, does it offer us enough? Eh, not really in terms of risk-wise, where your stop would be and where your exits potentially might be. And you never know, it might reverse, right? It might come and take dealing range low as well. That's always a possibility, but I would prefer a 15-second retracement trade anyway, just because it's a smaller time frame, minimizes the risk, and obviously gives us more room, right, to get to our next dealing range level. Let's see what when we get to normal terms, right, where how many contracts will be in with this trade? 8 contracts, and 4 will be off here, all right? Unless I take something off, I could take 2 and 2 here. I could take 1 and 3 here, but by -1, 4 will be off. All right, tiny, tiny, tiny. 50 something seconds on that. Relatively close down here. Take it to 15. So would be here, so it still would be in there. Wouldn't be feeling great about it though. No entry for me on the buy side here. Yep, would have come and smashed you out of that. Taking dealing range once again to the buy side. We took external, came back to internal. Nothing really here for me on the internal side. But anyway, we've come back and taken external again. And this is why I would prefer to take 15-second reversals, not reversal, retracements, than a 1 minute. It would have been shit out of luck win on the 1 minute. Yeah, nothing really here down here for me that I would have partook in. I would have wanted to see this low get taken, right? And then a market structure shift back above it. Then I would be interested, but we didn't take a low, so there was nothing for me to do down here. And that's fine. That is a-okay. Sometimes it's gonna go without me. Nothing I can do about it. Yep, there was literally no, yeah, no, no, no. Not gonna hurt my brain about it. There was nothing there for me to do. There was nothing there for me to do. At least we caught a local retracement here. Yeah, taking previous day's high. Okay. Was that confirming bullishness on the weekly too? Guess we'll watch it throughout the week. $45. Me to be interested in a sell here would have to come all the way down here, take this low, because that's the only short-term low we have here on the 1 minute. I'm not interested in the 15 seconds because on the 15 seconds I need to see a M1 short-term liquidity get raided like it did here, and then I'll be interested. This will come to here as well, 14. Now we have one here, potentially. We have to wait for the next candle to form. Okay, now I'd be interested in a 15-second market structure shift. Back below previous daily high. We should be here. Let's see that. Mama, baby, yeah, they do, Mr. Romantic. This was that setup right there, boy, at 8:45. Bing, bang, bosh. Now it's just kind of going. Next draw, we have 20-day upper quadrant. And above that, we have previous weekly high. Okay, before we get to previous weekly high, we have a new week opening gap from 1229. Won't be interested in this swing low once it confirms because it's not back below the key high for me, right? Key level. It has to be back below the key high, back below the key high. So nothing for me to do here. We are potentially now waiting for another retracement, right, into a discount to continue going higher. But obviously, if we go all the way down to take dealing range low, then our session bias will flip to a sell program. But for now, it's in line with our weekly program of a buy program. So we like these days when they're all in line. Fall in line. Do what you're supposed to do. Normally, baby. Yeah, that to do, Mr. Romantic. Yeah, I don't want my heart is a human being. Do that thing. What am I? What's my liver? Big J. First life, where to go? Where should be there? Them times when I know, yes, you got Jayla, Jayla. PM session yesterday was so nice. Oof. The trade that we watched, nothing's happening right now for me to engage in that price action. So let's talk about PM session for a little bit. I think we ended it here with this trade that we were watching. As you can see, gave you something and then we took something back down again. Solid, solid stuff, man. Bruv. Catching the turning points in these price actions is a madness and badness. We watched this in the PM session, all right, and then this is the one we ended in. Didn't come and take you out. I think our entry was like somewhere down here on the 15 seconds. Then we had the 1 minute entry, pro trend trade, pro session trade. So yeah, you can enter that 1 minute. Let's see where you would have go with that 1 minute. From this high being taken, what's the lowest low? So here. Yeah, -1. Not great, but hey, something, right? Then cut it back down. There's no entry here on the 1 minute here, but if you look on the 15 seconds, okay, it gives you like 30 seconds, right, to jump on board on this train. That's why I'm growing my appreciation for the 15 seconds chart in terms of entry is just shooting up. Because you might not get that retracement back into that low on the 1 minute, but the 15 seconds will give you that. Yeah, that was our PM session. Solid stuff. Normally, baby. Me another do, Mr. Romantic. Take this market structure shift back below this high. It's key high. Boom, boom. London session. London! Even take this one. Oof. Ooh, that was nice. It was nice during London. That was nice. Anyway, we got 30 seconds on this 15-minute candle. So let's get back to what we're doing here. Oh my God, why do I keep doing that? Normally, baby. Me another do, Mr. Romantic. Six seconds, it gets adjusted. And we just follow it based on the 15-minute time frame. There we go, adjusting it, healing range high. So now we're looking for internal liquidity. If it gives it to us, taking dealing range buy side here. If it gives us, it confirms this market structure shift here. Once this candle is closed, that will be our point of interest. So with every 15-minute candle closure, if the dealing range buy side or sell side liquidity has been taken, then we adjust it with the 15-minute intervals. So we've taken that, so that will give us 10, 15, so 29. Let's go to 29. After 30, we will not be interested in it. All right, liquidity has been confirmed here. I mean, not, yeah, this short-term low, not liquidity on my dumbbell. Failed to make it to Prince kind of encouragement of open range gap. Oof, that's some strength right there, isn't it? We take this low, right? I'll be interested in a sell. The decent size range here, or even to down here to get a little bit of something, right? What I'm doing is I'm extending the 15-minute liquidities that are fresh, right? Just so I know what liquidities are above and below price. Relative equal lows, relative equal lows. For me, on the 15-minute liquidities, once it gets taken, right? Once it gets price rates it, I'm only interested in it for two 15-minute intervals. So the interval that takes it and the next interval after that, I'm no longer interested in that high or that low. Just like this one, for example, this one here, we took it at 9:45, so I'm only interested into it until not for 10 post 10:15. I'll no longer be interested in it. The current one right here, this 15-minute range high, we've taken it at the 10 a.m. 15-minute candle. Okay, so I'm only interested in it up to 29. So after 10:30, I'll no longer be interested in it. So it'll be this interval and the next interval. If that makes any sense, DJ. that makes any sense. You just have to keep showing up. You just have to keep showing up and it will make sense. It will make sense. Trust me, daddy. It will make sense and it will make dollars. All right, now I'm gonna watch this, but uh, I don't know if I'll feel comfortable. And yeah, it meets the criteria. It meets the criteria. It meets the criteria. So just stop wise will be here and I'd prefer this, but this also meets the criteria. Boom. If it gives me an entry, great. If it doesn't, great. We go above here. Because from the market structure shift was the highest high. This is the highest high. That's why I'd prefer this because this would be my highest high and it wouldn't be, cutting it too close because you can still come up here and take these very typical highs into this inefficiency and continue lower. So that's my only thing about this trade. But it meets the criteria, so I need to work on my executions. Can't be nitpicky. If the checklists and the characteristics have been met, I need to enter the trade. Just so I can get a good sample, right? I can't be picky. Now I put that stop. What's this high? Is 6175. 6175. My thing is at 62. It really should be 625. But what's the high of this one? 6150. 6175. Still below it. Right? And you get taken out of that. Nothing wrong with that. Fair loss. Fair loss. That's what I'm saying, right? I would have preferred this one because this one is, it can come and take these relative equal highs like we just talked about into this inefficiency and then continue low. But hey, met the criteria, it deserves an execution. Losses are the only thing promised to me in this game. Okay, I hopefully tag me in there. 670, so eight. Yep, that's one. I'll take that. 1009 was our entry. Frame the risk of that, and now will have to be targets in it. Thank you, Jason. 2 minutes now in this trade. Maybe next time, right? If I see this and we have this, just put the stop up here and just frame the risk and the reward based on this range rather than this range. Because obviously it's an inducement to come back in here. Okay. 2 more minutes. 4 minutes now in this trade. Just in deal range. Normally, baby. Me and the room stuff. Taking out that fair loss. On to the next. Swing hasn't confirmed yet until this candle closes. I don't know why it hasn't taken me out of that yet, but should have taken me out. But we just glitch on TradingView. But to me, that trade is dead. I don't know what's going on with TradingView right now, but I'm gonna need you to get it together, TradingView. I don't know why it didn't take me out of that old one, because we all saw my stop loss get hit. We all saw it run through it. We all watched it run through it. This is the inside the range trade, all right? Just because we didn't take external liquidity is an inside the range trade. Normally, baby, me I know they do, Mr. Romantic. So this one here, I should have been paying attention to it still. I shouldn't have let it out of my sight. Pretty much. Entry here, stop here, you still would be in it. Would have avoided this one. Cool. DJ, I have no idea what happened there, but that was a glitch. But that was a dud trade. Oh, wait, it didn't take me out. I went, it was probably too fast. It probably went up there and came down too quick for trading views thing to register it. We'll take it in my favor. At least I know I'll be getting 0.5 in these trades. 0.5 is nothing, nothing. But can still make me meals. See what the high is here. 6975. Yeah, I'm like gauging it perfectly now. So that would be one, two losses. This will make three if we get taken out. And then obviously depending on what percentage of risk we're at. That's three trades, yeah. Oh, we won one. If they're each at 0.5. Yeah, that's 0.5, 0.5, that's 1.5, that's 1.5. Three losses done. All right, taking daily range out and taking me out of that trade. Ska ta mai. What's my liver? Nya bi jela. Ona na liver bi ona liver. She be data. That one would have been taken out. No. All fair losses. But them times when I know I get sick, oh, damn, damn. Not gonna win them all. Do take M1. So on a 15 seconds chart, give me this long. So counter trend trades, right? So gonna catch a upward falling knife, right? See them times when I know I get sick, oh, okay, this is gonna turn into that 15-minute range of liquidity. Seconds. I want to see this one go. I'm interested then. Let's get ready. Last one for the morning session. If he gives it to us. Dos minutos. Save them tatas. Eight, 7, 8, 7, 5, 7, 9. Pick and one short-term high near the key level. All right. So that's what made me interested in a 15-minute. 15-minute. I always get that messed up. 15-second market structure shift. Obviously, it could be a tad too early still, but we're here. We in there. And it is what it is out of my hands. It is out of my hands and into the hands of the model, the market, and my management. This could be a potential 1 minute, but what's the high? High 77250. Yeah, it doesn't even go to it. So for the 1 minute, it still needs to be this. Point 5 is like piece of cake, isn't it? Point 5. I just wanted point 0.5. Ooh. That'll be all them trades. Really hit point 0.5. This one hit point 0.5. This one hit point 0.5. Did this one? No. This one didn't hit point 0.5. So stop was here. Put point 0.5, point 0.5, point 0.5. That's three of them motherfuckers. Oh, sorry. Time wise, right? Um, 10:29, 7 minutes in this trade now. All right, 7 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes. Let's see what else this trade offers us here. One minute, we won't be interested until we take this kilo. But then again, you could take the low here and give us the buy that we've been waiting for. This was all retracement trades. Okay, so probability of them, oh, some of them was actually, this was a range. This was, yeah, this is a range. Oh no, it's not range. Yeah, this one was a dealing range. Sorry. It was definitely a dealing range set out that one. You wouldn't adjust onto this candle here. Top will be here, 50% of trade off. Be 12 contracts, maybe 13. Take 6 off here. Stop to here. And then you'll have 6 left, 6, 7 left in there. Still would be in this trade, right? I'm just already anticipating these getting taken here. That's what's going on. Doesn't mean they're gonna get taken, but pretty close to them. Smashed, okay. So now this is the high I need to go to be interested in a buy. But I'm done for the morning. I'm gonna do a trade performance review in a bit. Negative 1.5, getting smashed on that. Oh, we do take a 1 minute low here. So this would have been something. It's that here, but let's watch it. This is my last trade, so. Let's do a trade performance review, DJ, and call it a morning here. I think it was a solid one. Be getting smashed out. But it's a fair trade, right? It's a fair trade. Nothing wrong with that. That's a loss I'll take every day, each and every time. I'll be obviously still managing this trade. But yep, nothing wrong with this one here. Met all the criteria, -2. Another 3 probably coming off there. Taking that. Below we have these bad boys. %80 of the trade would be off. Stop at 50 now, 0.5. All right, DJ, what I did well this morning, all right, is that I showed up. Got 1% better. Definitely answered a few of some of the questions that's been coming up. So it's just more about collecting more data now and getting a solid solid answers for these questions. Hold on. It's just force a habit. I have to get it down, DJ. I'm in front of the market, so I have to do it. Not that I have to do it, but I don't know. Something just compels me to do it. That's me. 2.5. Yeah, possible deniability we don't have. Showed up, got 1% better, gained experience, learned lessons that I'll take into my next trading day, next trading session. Getting closer to my model, my procedures and processes, and not letting the losses phase me, right? I understand that losses are part of the battle. All right, I'm going to take losses by managing and controlling those and just not deviating from the model regardless of taking a loss or anything. We have taken M1 low here. So for 15 seconds, it's the same as the 1 minute actually. There's no highs here that I would be interested in. No swing highs, just here. Yeah, well, I fell short this morning, woke up by a decent time, got my morning routine in, showed up, followed my processes, my three-step trading process, identified my dealing range, waited for one side of the dealing range to get taken, which was the buy side, which gave us a session bias of a buy program, which is in line with my weekly program. Did take a retracement sale, but I didn't get the opportunity to jump on board in the buy that we were here for. Okay, because it didn't offer me an opportunity to get in. Just where it is where it is. It didn't give me the model that I was looking for to jump on board on this buy here. When it dropped in here on this buy here, didn't give me the opportunity. All right, we kept taking external liquidity coming into not really deep into internal liquidity that I would partake in. But obviously, there was some small internal liquidity that price kept coming in and then taking external. And then over here, we took external liquidity. All right, we had a 15-second setup. Now we're taking internal liquidity here, but still no buy formation here that I would be interested in entering. Unless we take this buy side here. All right, now I'd be interested in a buy. So we can watch this going into lunch and see how price plays out when we come back for PM session DJing. But this would be a solid entry for me. All right, this would be the entry that I would be waiting for after dealing range gets taken. So obviously this can also take a loss, right? Unless price wants to go lower, we can also take a loss here. Nothing is guaranteed, right? Losses are the only thing promised to us. But in terms of my model, my precision protocols, this would be a buy I would be interested in my pro trend trade. But we will still would be managing our counter trend trade here. All right, stop would be at 0.5 now, okay, and 80% of the trade will be off. So either way, right, whether we take a loss here, we're still managing this trade here. Whether we win here, we would have took some bites of the apple on this trade here. So not really losing, are we? Unfortunately, luckily, right? How can proof for next day, next trading said, oh, that's not unfortunate. That's fortunately is what I meant to say, fortunately. So I want to see price respect this inefficiency, right? It left a tiny. Did it? Not really. I think it hit it. But body-wise, I appreciate what the bodies are doing here. Wicks do the damages, the bodies tell the story. Yeah, how can proof for next day, next trading session is just keep showing up, all right? Keep seeking excellence in everything that I do. And as always, don't let short-term adversity, losses, series of losses. I did have a series of losses in this session, right? We took a loss here, then we took a loss here, which it didn't register, but it was a loss in my eyes. Then we took this loss here, all right? 1, 2, 3, that's a series of losses. And then we took a trade here, obviously that potentially would have made back our losses. Who knows? Maybe, maybe not, but hey, it would have been 2 winning trades for the morning for -1 and 3 losses. So what altogether was our 5 trades? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 trades. 3 losses, 2 winners. 2 winners as in I'm counting -1 as being a winner. Yeah, so NFP Tuesday, no news really of note this AM session. So potentially maybe that's why price was the way it was, but it's interesting nonetheless. We took a lot out of it. No news going into the PM session, but anyway, we'll be here. All right, tape reading. No, not tape reading. We're demo trading and execution phase now. So it doesn't matter. We're just drilling, practicing so we can get better, when we get into our live trading and that. So either way, we'll be here kicking off at 1:25. DJ, so until PM session, will be obviously this will be the trade we'll be looking at when we come back. It gives us something to talk about when we come back. Um, you know what it is, what it isn't. I'm the trader here, signing out. Good luck, good trading, happy hunting.